Beginning on October 2nd, residents of unincorporated Polk County will notice improvements in their waste and recycling services. Polk County Waste and Recycling values their customers, and they are committed to making these transitions as seamless as possible. Find out how right here. You're watching Polk Waste Wise. Hello and welcome to Polk Waste Wise, the show where we bring you up to date on all things related to your Polk County waste and recycling services. I'm your host, Dion Spires. Today on Polk Waste Wise, we're focusing on the commitment to you, the residents, and how Polk County Waste and Recycling is working to improve your experience. Here for the first half, as usual, is Anna Wood, Director of Polk County Waste and Recycling. Hey, Anna.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
Of course, anytime. So you just came down from a briefing with the commissioners and the haulers to talk about kind of what's going on right now and some statistics of recycle carts and phone calls and all that nitty-gritty from the background.
Yes.
So on the last time that we met, we talked a little bit about the recycle carts and what's been delivered, what's been requested, but we want to give a little bit more detail this time. You've got some numbers for me, statistics. So let's start off by talking about what's been requested, what's been delivered.
Well, sure. We also have the map. In the map, you will see the areas. The areas in green are the carts that have been delivered to date. And we have delivered approximately 59,000 carts of 68,000 requests. So we had residents are calling us on a daily basis, upwards to 150, 200 new requests for cards. Our projection is that the 9,000 that we have left to be delivered will be reaching our residents by December 23rd or sooner.
Okay. Now let's talk about some other numbers. When you guys kicked off this new contract and you kind of shifted services, your phone lines were really, really busy.
Yes.
And everybody noticed.
No, they did. Yes, and not only busy, the waiting time for residents to reach us was quite high. We had times that we were holding, and I call on a regular basis. I call my office at least 5 times a day to see how the experiences our customers are going through.
Right.
And one time I was on hold for 13 minutes.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So we have made improvements right now because of capacity. We don't have as many calls. We were getting upwards of 36,000 calls for the month of October, and in the month of December, that dropped to 26,000 calls. So that was a substantial decline, and now we see an even less calls today. So the waiting time now is 2 minutes or less for the phone to be answered and for the resident to have the ability to speak with one of our customer service reps.
That's much better than 13.
Yes, it is. And also we have made a lot of improvements in our phone system where residents are asked if there's a long queuing waiting area, we provide our customers feed-forward messages informing the resident how long they're going to be holding. We have the ability to know that based on the number of agents that we have and the average length of a phone call. And then we provide the customer the opportunity to leave us their phone number, and we can call them back within this stop period of time, so they don't lose the queuing in the sequence and the call, and we can call them back. So we have made quite a bit of improvements so our residents will have a more pleasant experience.
Absolutely. That's a great feature. I love that whenever I do call somewhere and they give me the option to not have to sit on the phone but still get helped. And
correct, and at least giving you
and
giving you the time frame. It's nothing better to know, it's 10 minutes, it's at 2 minutes.
Right.
So we incorporated that new feature in our telephones.
Good, that's great to hear. You have some more statistics there, a couple more graphs. So talk to me about those.
We talked about the calls and how it has declined, but also we were able to share with the commissioners the trend, the downward trend that we are experiencing when it comes to residents calling for service issues. And by that I mean somebody, missed my garbage, missed my recycling, the bulk. We see a downward trend that is very noticeable. Okay. In our industry, typically the holidays tend to have a spike in services, so we are aware of that. But even with that, we've seen a decrease or a decline in the number of complaints, and that has to do with the commitment of the haulers and the commitment to service our residents.
Well, that's great. That's always good news to hear that it's getting better. It's going downhill a little bit.
It is. Good. Well, it is. And, our goal is to ensure that, first of all, collection services for garbage or residential services should be actually invisible to the customer. That is our goal. Our goal is to be invisible. And for the resident not to have to call us that something did not happen. And as we move forward into this new contract and with all the performance measures that we have and how we analyzing chronic service issues, I'm very optimistic that we're going to be reaching that invisible stage pretty soon.
Great.
Yes.
That's definitely the ideal.
Yeah, that's the ideal scenario to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that update there. It's nice to hear numbers. It's nice to hear
it is.
Solid factual improvement there.
Yes, and one of the other components that we are going to be working with our communications department in our information technology, I would like to incorporate all these statistics in our website so residents can look and see how we're improving, where we are in service levels, in communicating with them. We should be very transparent in what's going on in the collection area. So that is one of my main goals, to have all this data that we are accumulating and analyzing in the website so residents can go in there and see how we're doing, and also to recommend some changes, what they would like to see us communicating to them.
Well, thank you, Anna, for sharing all of that.
Well, thank you for having me again.
We're going to take a quick break now, but stay tuned, because when we come back, you'll get a chance to hear from those servicing you directly. Anna and I will sit down with the haulers to discuss their commitment to quality service for you. We'll be right back.
A pedestrian hit by a car going at 30 miles per hour has an 80% chance of survival. If the car is going 50 miles per hour, the chance of survival is only 20%. Speed kills. Driving slower can be the difference between life and death. Sign the pledge at pledgetosslowdown.com.
All right, you wait right here. I'll be right back.
No, Dad! What are you doing with Terry? No!
He's old and worn out. I'm getting rid of him.
You can give Terry another life. You can recycle him.
I'm coming, Terry!
See, Dad, I told you Terry could have another life.
Are you doing your part? Put your waste in its place. Littering is against the law.
Welcome back to Polk Waste Wise. Before the break, Anna gave me and you viewers some detailed insight into their requests for recycling roll carts and the status on that fulfillment. Now she's joined me on the host side of the show to welcome our guests Gary Brown from ADS and Rick Chansey from FCC. These are the hauling companies that are servicing the two sections of Polk County in your weekly pickups. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you for joining us to talk a little bit about, from the hauler's perspective. We've talked a lot to Anna about the process of the transition of the contract, but this is going to be a new kind of angle for us to hear. So let's start off just by having you guys introduce yourself. Who are you guys with your companies, and what do you guys do?
Well, I'm Rick Chansey. I'm the site manager and contract manager for FCC Environmental Services. Our offices are located over on George Jenkins Boulevard here in Polk County, and we service our contract out of that location.
Okay.
And I'm Gary Brown, general manager for Advanced Disposal here in Lakeland. Actually, our address is in Lakeland. It's obviously the Polk County contract.
Okay. So let's talk about that contract a little bit that you guys have with Polk County. Any change is always a little difficult. It always has its speed bumps here and there. Can we talk a little bit about that transition and how that was for your respective companies changing into this new contract?
FCC's side of it, just a matter of getting the customers and our employees used to what was going on within the county. It was an adjustment for everyone to a degree. The rules didn't change much, but there was a few changes involved, and but we've worked through them slowly, and it's been a process, and it's a process that's finally coming through to fruition, and we're going to shortly be into a maintenance mode, and just as we pick up the contract and do what we do best.
Yeah, basically the same thing. I mean, You know, we took customers and changed their days, we changed their times, and you know, that was a big problem for us and a big hurdle for us, but we've improved daily, and our people have gotten more accustomed to what's going on, as well as Rick said, so it's really starting to dial in every day.
So in the startup and the transition of this contract, there were some frustrations from the residents here and there with maybe missed pickups or things like that, missed opportunities. Can you guys kind of reflect on what the factors were on that played into that, and how you guys have been working to improve that and get to the point that you're at now, where you can start maintaining soon and really you're providing that high level of service there?
I think anytime you change what folks are used to, it comes with it some challenges. The previous contract had been in place for many, many years, and the customers, I think, were used to their collection times and the collection days. Right. And when you bring in a new hauler with new routing philosophy and how that you prefer to do things, some of it did reflect some day changes. Certainly the time of day that they were serviced changed for those folks that are used to getting up at 8 or 9 o'clock and then going and putting their garbage out, and now they might get woke up by the garbage truck at 6:30 in the morning as they're coming past their house. So it's just an adjustment, and I think once the customers get in tune to what their normal service time is, along with their day, if their day happened to change, it gets much more routine. And we're slowly getting into that portion now. The reports of customers that weren't serviced have gone way, way down from what we were in the beginning.
Excellent.
And we're pleased with where we're at. So it's continuing to evolve and get better as each day goes by.
Absolutely. Anything from the...
Yeah, I'd just add, and again, on top of what Rick said, we're all creatures of habits, you know. As we change days and we've changed times, these people are not used to our residents. And our employees too. I mean, they're not used to this route, even though they've done this type of work perhaps before. Right. They still got to learn it themselves. So it's a process, and it's gradually gotten better, and we're excited where we're headed and where we're at right now.
And we talk a lot about this contract, and it's out there for the residents to take a look at, but maybe they haven't. It's different from the old contract. Can you guys talk from your perspective a little bit about what the mission of this contract is and what you guys are thriving for with that, or striving for with that?
Our biggest opportunity is just for a clean Polk County. We want the county to look nice, and we all live and work here, and we want to live and work in a nice county as well. And that's at the end of the day, that's the bottom line of the contract. We just want the garbage picked up, and the yard waste gone, and the bulk gone, and recyclables picked up. So that's what we're striving for every day. And I think, again, as we continue to get better at what we do, and everybody continues to work their way through their challenges as customers, we're going to get there.
Yeah, we're a service business, so we want to exceed our customers' expectations every day on service. And when we're doing that, we're doing our job. Anything less of that is unacceptable to us, and we're working to strive to get that each and every day. And I will tell you, we're not immune to errors, but I hope we're judged on how quickly we'll respond once we do have an error.
Right.
And also is a relationship with the customer. For the customer to be serviced at the level of the contract, they also have to help them to ensure that the setup, the way they put the waste out, follows the guidelines. Yes. And that will minimize the haulers leaving tags and leaving waste behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a team effort.
Correct.
Everybody's doing their part.
And with the addition of the recycling carts that we've placed out there, the number of carts that are at curbside have doubled in many instances. So it's even more important now that the customers separate their carts from each other.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Gary, you mentioned that you guys are a service business. So in order to be providing a high level of customer service, you guys have a certain number of trucks out running on these routes. You guys have these resources. Can you talk about the resources that you guys do have out, the number of trucks that are servicing the homes weekly?
Absolutely. Currently, right now, we have 15 trucks, ASLs, automated side loaders, picking up trash and lawn. Have another 8 for recycling. We have 8 that are picking up yard waste. These are rear loaders. We have 3 bulk rear loaders, and we've also got claw trucks. We have 3. They'll generally pick up large brush, but also we are picking up some bulk with it at this time too.
Okay.
We have 2 container delivery trucks running all day long as well to repair and replace carts.
Great. Do you have anything to add from your perspective?
We run 16 garbage routes on a daily basis, along with 7 recycling routes. That may go to 8 before long with the popularity of the recycling program. We currently run 7 yard waste routes. We're prepared to increase that up to 10 as the growing seasons kicks back into place and we start experiencing the leaves and grass and things that come along in March. And bulk trucks, we're running 3 to 5 depending on what our volume is. As well, we're running 2 cart maintenance trucks and an additional delivery truck to help keep up with the demand of the recycling deliveries.
Great.
And if I may, can you also elaborate for our residents the specialty trucks you have to service those areas that the large truck cannot go in?
We've got a little truck, we call it a pup truck. It's rather interesting. It came in on the back of a flatbed truck. It was a little thing that we just put it on some ramps and drove it off into our yard. It's just a small service truck that it can go in just about anywhere a pickup truck can go. This can go. Wow. It's a baby packer is the industry term for it. It's a 6-yard truck that doesn't hold a tremendous amount of weight, just a couple of tons, but it will perform the same duties that the large trucks will.
Wow, that's a great addition to have there.
Yes.
Now, the main purpose why we really wanted to have you guys on the show today is because we want to let the residents see the people behind these hauling companies and just hear from you guys, from your mouth, what you guys are doing to help these residents and provide the quality customer service. Can we kind of have sort of a commitment from you guys just to state what you guys as a company or as 2 companies are committed to providing to these residents so that they can hear it from you?
FCC's in the service business, and we will service our customers. We're happy to be a part of this contract and working in partnership with Polk County, and look forward to servicing its residents, and we'll certainly abide by the contract and do as the contract requires, and the folks will have a nice, clean community.
Yeah, and that's our goal, is to have a clean community, okay? Working well with the county and working with our residents. Again, I said earlier, we're here to exceed their expectations, so we want to do that every day, and any day we're not doing that, we're failing.
In addition to that, if you could also elaborate for our residents, many of them know that we use advanced technologies in our trucks to track services. Can you elaborate a little bit on what technology and what is the purpose of that technology as to benefit the resident so the residents will know that?
On our end, it's all comes back to quality of service. We have 6 cameras on each one of our trucks. We can see them coming, going forwards, backwards, what's going on inside the cab. As the automated trucks pick up the can, there's a picture taken of that. There's one inside of the truck that shows as the material is being dumped into the truck so that we can see what's being placed there. We can track exactly where our truck is at any given time. If we have a service opportunity to where we have to verify service, we can go right into our computer system. The carts have RFID tags in them, and the trucks, each as it dumps, it registers that tag, so we know exactly what time it was dumped and verify its location. So if we have opportunities where the drivers may get a little confused on their routes, we can go back to the technology and look to see where they're at to make certain that they've serviced everyone. Additionally, as the routes complete, the drivers clear their routes through their supervisors and dispatch, where they're going back and looking at the technology that we have in the trucks to make certain that we've serviced everyone.
That's great. Holds everyone accountable.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a little to add, I guess, but not much. He pretty much hit it. We're using the same technology. But these are the most advanced vehicles that Advanced Disposal owns. So we're taking this technology, learning from it, and we're going to move this out throughout our company, and that's how happy we are with this technology.
Which reflects on the county. You know, the county, Polk County is actually taking haulers to the 21st century and beyond with with all this technology, since many companies come in and we use it, we like it, we've been using it for many years. But another, for the residents' benefit, that technology is also useful. We receive phone calls from residents saying that somebody took their garbage cart. And with this technology, we can literally run reports, distance reports, and we will know where that can is being dumped. And then we can say, tell me containers that are 50 feet away from the parcel that that container was married to or linked to. So besides just the service aspect, from a resident standpoint, we will be able to locate cards if residents are missing the card. Somebody takes the card to the other side of town, we will be able to search for that with this technology, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very nice. Just take away the mystery of
yes,
it, right?
Exactly.
Great. Well, I thank you guys for taking the time out of your schedule to come and talk to us, and hopefully that was educational and beneficial for the residents. So,
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
of course.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
That's all the time that we have for this episode. Thanks again for joining us here on Polk Waste Wise. Polk Waste Wise airs on PGTV on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 1:30 and 7:30 a.m. and p.m. You can also catch this episode or any past episodes on demand on our Polk Government YouTube channel. For quick information regarding your waste and recycling services, visit www.polkwastewise.net. And for more specific questions, you can contact them at 863-284-4319 or polkwastewise@polk-county.net. We'll see you next time.